So, I just learned I spent $1,000 on a random video game trip. I can't afford that. So I can't just talk about the random Mario game for 8 minutes today. I'm broke. Let's see what we gotta do. Cash on nostalgia. What?
Nostalgia, one of the 9 deadly sins, right next to amiibo cards.
So this is one of the things that people crave for, like, I don't know, 20 years later or so. And then finally companies give in and just give them something related from the past.
But companies are more willing to do this, and it's an easy break for them. They don't have to spend as much money or even time on making concepts, rough drafts, final product.
I got it submitted.
Video game companies are a lot more willing to do this. Their production hours per day is like over 50 and someone is creating a good game. So they have to do the unthinkable, reuse old ideas.
Like soap.
Remakes, remasters, and even re-releases is a subject for today. What better way than reusing something from 20 years ago? But more and more recently, movies, TV shows, video games, hell, damn near anything had to have been doing something like this, and it's all a little bit too much.
Say that at my funeral. I dare you.
This is more towards movie studios and video games, but there are more and more relying on old ideas rather than making new ones entirely. Yeah, it's more risky this way.
You, player 2!
Alright, so let's take a look at some examples. First up, Super Mario All-Stars. No, not that Super Mario All-Stars, this Super Mario All-Stars. What a weird pill to digest.
They make it in gummy form!
For Mario's 25th anniversary, they re-released Super Mario All-Stars. I don't know, man. This is just sad.
Congratulations, you did it! Up.
Something that would have been completely justifiable on the Wii shop. Nope! They had to put an untouched ROM onto a Wii disc. For one, this is a waste of a Wii disc.
That could have been worse.
The ROM is only like a fraction of a percentage of an entire Wii disc, and they didn't change a thing about this release. The game still tells you how to play the game on a Super Nintendo, not Wii translations or anything like that. I'm surprised that they even cared enough to attempt this. Well, what about Super Mario Bros. Pre-installed Virtual Console exclusively for the Red 25th Anniversary Wii in Japan?
Shit, I thought I had to be drunk to play Mario Kart 8.
Super Mario 3D All-Stars is another take on this idea, stuffing Mario games onto a single cart. Instead of remaking them this time, they just emulated the games this time around. I know that they are enhanced. Some weird oddities like Super Mario 64 still stuck in 720p 4x3 while the other two are 1080p widescreen. But Nintendo just wants our money.
Good for the consumer.
Sonic Origins on Nintendo Switch. Junkelskog at IKEA.
What the hell is this?
This is the most lazy attempt I have ever seen. Nearly everything here is reused. Title screen reuses the engine from Sonic Forces. The games are ports of mobile counterparts. The classic mode is just the mobile ports, but with a 4x3 aspect ratio and the lives counter returning. And Sonic 3 doesn't even have the right soundtrack.
They just want our money.
Yes, I understand half the Sonic 3 soundtrack is in legal limbo, but come on Sega, shouldn't you have had this solved by now? Sonic Colors Ultimate was supposed to be like this too, but they just had to f it up by doing too much. A new engine, a whole set of new glitches to deal with.
And now I f***ed up.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. A remake of a game that was originally one game entirely, Pokemon Yellow for Game Boy. One of the better first-gen Pokemon in my opinion.
Now I'm definitely getting killed in my sleep.
But they remade this game in 2018, I would assume for the anniversary, and they just had to make this a dual release. Go sit in a corner, Nintendo. Sonic's 15th anniversary, Sonic 06, and Sonic the Hedgehog Game Boy Advance port. These two are just bad. Sonic 06 for its obvious problems, and Sonic Genesis as it likes to be called. Why the f*** do you like that?
Because it's horny?
Frequent slowdowns, the screen crunch, it's almost like the problems from Super Mario Bros. Deluxe in pouring gas on it. Duke Nukem Forever. A decent title, but horrible. Horrible development time. And this game throws some good callbacks, it is a good sequel, but none of that can compare to Star Wars Battlefront. No, not this one. Not this one. Yep, this one's bad.
Bullshit.
This game is severely bad. This game tries to cash in too much on nostalgia. That one might have been for the original Battlefront games. This requires an EA account to play online.
Damn it!
In today's world, it may seem like nothing to have 50 accounts hooked to your Call of Duty. But This game came out in 2015, making it super weird, and the game didn't really do anything special. Breath of the Wild.
There's no way.
Yes, Breath of the Wild kinda cashed in on nostalgia. It was very minor, but it was still there. For example, the castle theme was inspired from the overworld theme from the first game, the Resident Evil remake.
And even the horror games are not safe. Holy shit!
Now these take the original story and idea and makes them in the engine used in the Resident Evil 7, which looks absolutely incredible.
So overall, not all cash grabs are absolutely terrible. Some are more obvious than others. Companies like Sega and Nintendo try to suck you dry with it though, and it's getting worse.
But none of them are like the Nintendo Switch online service. Bye bye Virtual Console. Hello credit card debt. The Nintendo Switch online service is following a similar format to the PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold, but with their own spin on it. Subscription being paid, they give some features out, and Nintendo sees the opportunity to not give a shit.
But overall, Sega and Nintendo, when they try to release something nostalgic related, 90% of the time it's either one of three things. Lazy, lazy, or even lazy. But that's not to say they do try sometimes. But of course, some of these attempts are... they're definitely games.